Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Your Saltwater Guide here with my beautiful co-star, my beautiful wife, Kelly Hansen, right here with everybody, right here to go. She's going live today. Big change. Anybody that has a question for Kelly Girl's going to be running the show today. She's going to answer all your questions. She's going to talk about what she thinks you need to do when you go fishing, or if you decide to buy a monkey or you adopt some cats, or whatever you decide to do in your life that has to do with your significant other. You can text Kelly and let her know what you want to know. She's here to answer all your questions.
I'm going to do my best.
She's going to do her very best to answer your questions. Marley's all fired up. He's super excited that his mom's going to be on here full speed today answering questions. Don't forget, super important, gang, Kelly's going to give away a shirt and a hat tomorrow on our show with Luke.
I can't wait.
Luke's out doing some recovery stuff for the crab fishermen back east there. He's going to be out tomorrow working hard. He's going to try to be on the show as quick as he can. He knows how important it is that we go live at 12 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock his time. But he's going to do his very, very best to be on the show and go with us live. But he may be a few minutes late like Paul was the other day. But gang, I want you all to let Kelly know what you want to know. I want you to text the show, but don't forget to download our app, Your Saltwater Guide, on Apple, on the Apple Store, and on the Android Store. You can download it on Google Play, and our app is incredible. We've already had over 1,400 downloads, so thank you all for downloading the app. It's incredible. The community that we're building on the app is absolutely mind-boggling. Everybody's sharing all that they're doing when they go fishing. I want you to check, gang, be super safe this week. Tomorrow, in Morro Bay, they're calling for 8 inches of rain. In Santa Barbara, they're calling for 5 inches of rain. In Southern California, you could get up to 3 inches of rain. And I know those of you back east in Northern California and Canada that are watching us, that doesn't seem like a lot of rain. But Southern California has been inundated with more rain than we've seen in a very long time. So the runoff is absolutely incredible. But gang, text message Kelly right now at 949-374-0786. She wants to answer your questions. She's dying to answer your questions. She's here.
Any questions yet?
We don't have any questions. I can't believe that they don't want to talk to you, baby. That's amazing.
I'm not the star. You are.
But listen, gang, Kelly Girl has a few things to tell you about going. I'm right here, babe. I'm not going anywhere. We want you to be in there, and we want Marley to be in there. Gang, Kelly Girl's got a few things to tell you about when you take your significant other fishing. So she's going to talk for a little bit, just talk. But 949-374-0786. And Kelly's giving away one shirt today. Just for calling or texting and asking her a question, she's going to give away a shirt to one of you. So don't forget, 949-374-0786 is how you can get a hold of Kelly right now, right this second.
Wow.
And here we go.
That's okay.
This is Jerry Foster. Jerry wants to know, Kelly Girl, what's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Oh, that would be my thresher shark that I caught outside Dana Point. And that was about, I don't know how, it was like 120 pounds. Not very big, but that was the biggest. Well, I don't know. I caught a marlin. I caught 2 marlin here in Cabo, and they were around the same size. So I would say probably, what would you say was the bigger of those 3?
The hardest fight was the thresher.
The thresher,
shark.
for sure.
For sure. She caught him in the mouth, fishing a live sardine. And that was a pretty gnarly fight that day. It was a beautiful day. You guys have seen her picture of her with her thresher shark weighed up at the Dana Point Field Dock. But then right when they opened Cabo up back June 15th, 2020, when they opened up the harbor, we were the first boat out of the harbor, and Kelly Girl had 2 marlin before 6:30 in the morning, and they were both about 130 pounds apiece. So she's caught some marlin. She's caught some, but her claim to fame, gang, bigger than any fish. Her claim to fame is, and tell everybody your lobster story real quick.
Well, my lobster story, and it's not really a big story. Just went out hoop netting one night and pulled up the net, and as I'm pulling, this ginormous thing is in the net, and it was this lobster. I didn't know what it was, and I instinctively let go. But thankfully we recovered the net, and there was this huge lobster. It was 18 3/4 pounds. Approximately 70 years old is what we were told, how old this lobster was. So that was like the coolest fish or whatever that I got in the ocean. That was pretty fun. And everybody kind of knows me for that in a way.
Absolutely.
That was exciting. It was super
the
exciting.
Largest lobster ever caught in California. It's a big deal. I know you caught way bigger, but you forgot to tell anybody. Questions are pouring in now. Listen, gang, the only way that Kelly girl and I are going to know that you appreciate us is just like when you go out to a restaurant or a bar and you leave the bartender or the waiter or waitress a tip. Go to the stars. Go to the tips on YouTube. Go to the stars on Facebook and leave Kelly girl some stars today. Right, huh?
Right.
Leave you some stars. Let her know you appreciate her because she has a million things to do. We just got back from
I'm
coming
the
up.
opposite of Dave. I think everybody pretty much knows that. I'm the opposite of Dave. So
let her know that you appreciate her being on the show today by giving her some stars. Mike Lewis, the only reason why I remember to say that is because Mike Lewis is always presenting us with stars. It's going to go 1 year straight. Mike Lewis has been there every day to make sure to give us some stars. Gang, don't forget to give us some stars. It shows us that you love us, even though we already know you love us. That helps us to know a little bit more. But Mike Lewis would like to know, Kelly girl, please tell the single most important thing I should do to make going out great for my wife.
Well,
going out fishing on their boat. What is the single most important thing that you would say to all men that'll make it the best day possible for my wife?
Make sure you go on a nice day. Just make sure the weather's great. If it's blowing, don't go. We don't go if it's blowing. Just make sure the weather's nice, and definitely don't make plans to go offshore. Just stay local. Keep it simple. Don't go out and target, bluefin tuna. Just keep it simple, right?
You're telling them, not me. What do you not want to do when you go out? What do you have to go? You got to be able to go potty,
well,
right?
Yeah, you have to go potty. Make sure everything's set for
and
your.
And you don't want to go out all day.
No,
you don't want to go all day, right?
You don't want to go all day. Just it's all about your significant other that day. Make it all about her. Don't spend. Don't make it that day that you want to go out and target whatever, like I said, bluefin tuna, or you want to fly the kite. Don't do that. Just keep it simple. Have somewhere for your guy or gal to go to the bathroom, and
make it short, right? Make it a nice short easy day, 4 or 5 hours.
We don't want to be out there all day.
Quick, bing bang.
Even now, I don't want to be out there all day. Even going fishing now, I love fishing, but I don't want to go out all day long. Even like hoop netting. I know going with Dave, it's like always, one more set, and I'm like, oh, come on. It's fun, but there's always tomorrow.
And what is the most important thing? Listen to you, right?
Yeah,
listen when you tell me you're done. That's just
in general. You got to listen to your
when
spouse.
You're done, right?
Yes.
Don't make one more set, because now she doesn't want to go hoop netting with me and Pat anymore.
No.
We're going out till the sun comes up, no matter what.
Yeah, just listen. And that goes even when you're not fishing. Always listen to your spouse.
Wow.
Or your
okay.
significant other.
All right, Mike. Thanks for that. All right, gang. Gang, don't forget, you can talk to Kelly Girl right now. Text the show at 949 374-0786. She's here to answer all your questions about fishing or life or how to take care of a monkey or what's it like to be married to a knucklehead like Captain Dave. But hey, Mike, thank you very much. And don't forget
Mike.
Leave Kelly some stars, gang. Sprinkle some stars over there on YouTube. Sprinkle some tips out. Kelly, we got Tim Ogilvy here. Tim, it was great meeting you at the show. Thank you. Just like you, Mike Lewis, and everybody we met. But here we go. My wife doesn't like to fish. What is your go-to fish to eat that isn't fishy tasting, Kelly girl?
For me, that's calico bass. Calico bass. I love to fish for it, and I love to when Dave makes fish tacos with it. They're delicious. And I don't think it's fishy at all. I wouldn't eat it if it was. But yeah, definitely calico bass. Definitely.
Nice. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Tim. It was nice meeting you at the show.
Yes, it was. Okay. Gang, don't forget, text Kelly right now and you can talk to her. So here we go. We got Matt asking you, hey, Kelly, do you have any advice for female anglers that feel bad hooking live bait? What would you say to the girls that don't understand how important it is to hook the bait on there?
Well, that's just it. You've got to, you have to believe how important it is. And once you can get past it's not really that gross. It's key. It's key to catching fish. And if you don't, use live bait and you don't pin it on right, you're not going to be successful. So, I think it's just, it's getting that, it's getting that, oh God, what's the word? Once you get like the fever of fishing, like you go out and your girl or guy catches something, then you're hooked. And then once you get that, like, oh, I love this now. And you're kind of like, you got to go, you want to try it again and you want to catch again. Then you'll do whatever it takes to catch fish. You'll pin that bait on, you'll reach into the bait tank and find the most liveliest anchovy or whatever, and you'll pin it on and you won't even think twice about it because you'll do whatever to be successful. Yeah. Not whatever, but you know what I mean.
I'll add to that. Kelly girl used to not hook the bait on, used to not do all the things that she needed to do. And then she started catching fish all the time when she would throw her line in the water. And then the next thing I know, you couldn't keep her out of the bait tank. She was constantly changing her bait, making sure she had a fresh one on there because she wanted to get a bite. Yeah. In the beginning, I think it's imperative that you hook the bait for your wife. What I would say more than anything, and my wife will probably back me up on this, is you do not want to make it any type of negative at all. If she doesn't want to hook the bait, but she wants to go, then hook the bait for her. Don't make her hook the bait. Because once you're done, once I lose you, you're not going anymore. Right. Once you lose your significant other, they're not coming no matter what. So you have to make it fun all the time. You can't.
Yeah, if you make it fun, your significant other, like me, what I did was I wanted to show Dave, that I could do this too, and so it was like, kind of it gave me just kind of like
confidence,
right? I'm going to show him that I could do this just as good as anybody else. Maybe not as good as him, but at least I'm trying and I don't want him to do everything, maybe in the beginning, but eventually I got to where I didn't have to have him do it. Well, you still cast for me sometimes even because he's such a good caster.
Only when there's other boats around.
Yeah.
Because Kelly doesn't want to make a mistake in front of all of you. So she doesn't. If you pull up next to us and start fishing next to us, Kelly's gonna probably sit down and start reading her book.
Well, because what did you do in the beginning? In the beginning of fishing, what did you do What'd you do? You would be loud. Well, you're always loud, but loud? You would like yell out to the other, like the sport boats around us, and I did not like that. So yeah.
One of the very first times I took Kelly girl fishing, she caught like a 25-pound yellowtail down at San Mateo Kelp, right next to Todd Mamser. Todd was running the Dana Pride that day. He had 90 people on the boat, and we were on the spot first, and then Todd parked next to us, and I made sure that everybody on that boat was watching Kelly catch her yellowtail, and so.
And again, I'm the opposite of Dave. I do not want any attention drawn to me. Like, this is very hard for me to do today. But so yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. So yeah.
So make sure you guys, Dave Lee wants to let you know, thank you, Miss Kelly, for all you do for the show. You do an awesome job.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you,
That's
Dave.
sweet of you.
That's awesome. Gang, there's a few things. There's a question here from Danny about the new Mad Mac. And Kelly girl, what do you think of the size of the new Mad Mac? The new Mad Mac size, those little ones, those are perfect for casting into foamers and stuff, and super fast retrieve. I don't think they're going to troll that well because of the size of them. I don't think they're going to dig in the water that good, Danny. So I think it's going to be more of a casting lure than it. And will it work? We don't know yet. But what I can promise you is the Mad Mac worked so good last year that they're trying different things and pulling out different stops and trying to see if they can get you to buy the other stuff. But what I would always do is stick with what worked last year. That Mad Mac worked perfect. Use the exact same one that Justin talks about on our website. And don't forget, gang, download the app. Yes. Please download the app. It helps us out tremendously. If you download the app and sign in, it helps push the algorithm up and get our app in front of more fishing people, more people that like to fish. And all my information is real and legit, and it's the real info.
But mainly the app, to me, it's just so much, it's easier to navigate through than the actual website. The actual website's easy, but the app is just, it's very user friendly. So download it, please. Right?
Okay. Yes, please download the app. All right. So I can't find your name here, but this person, I think it may be Frank, maybe not. I don't know who this is. Says, Kelly, how long will you stay on the boat and fish with Dave? How many hours?
How many hours? I mean, depends on what's biting, what we're catching. I mean, we're always catching. When I go with Dave, it's every cast is a bite pretty much, huh, Dave?
But
so no, gosh, I think like
if it's sunny and flat, classy, calm, you're out for the day.
I'm out for the day. Yeah, I love to. One of the things I love to do when we're out on the water is I'll fish, and then what do I love to do after?
Set up on the bow and relax in the sun
and watch what? Dave fish. I love to watch Dave fish. He'll just be on his own. I love to watch him cast because he's so good at it, and it's relaxing to me. I love to just really just watch him. That's fun. But yeah, I can go for hours.
Oh, it's Craigie. It's Craig.
Oh, Craig. Hi. Oh my goodness.
It's Craigie.
Caramel Craigie?
Caramel Craigie. Oh my God. Craig Ballardis.
I don't know if
and then the next thing is that little animal that's right above your head right now looking at you. He's right there in his little house that you built him. Yes. Craigie wants to know, what is Marley's very most favorite food? Besides the caramels.
Besides the caramels. Bananas.
He loves bananas, gang. He absolutely loves bananas.
We call him Nanas, and he loves his nanas, and he loves to be, we'll just feed him with our finger, and yeah, he loves bananas.
And gang, if you want to know what we're talking about, the caramels, these are the caramels right here. If you look right there, the website's available. When you go on the website and you order your caramels, you're going to want to put in the code YSWG as you're checking out. That's going to let them know that you're coming off of our show, and it's imperative that we know that we're helping. And the only way we're going to know that we're helping is if you put in that code YSWG. But back to what we were talking about, Kelly girl. How can we figure out the very best day to go fishing? How can we? What's an easy way to go? Because
Well,
If
you
you
gotta
go
look
with
at
me,
your.
we're gonna get a bite every time, right?
What's an easy way? You would
Yeah,
like
do you
look
follow
over your
the
website.
game
You gotta
plan?
follow. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. Go on Dave's website. Listen
Our
to
website, honey.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're part of this.
go to the Your Saltwater Guide website and
Don't say it
listen to
quietly.
the
Let
game
'em
plan.
hear it.
Listen to the game plan.
Yeah, if
That's
you follow the
definitely-
game plans, you got a pretty good chance of doing what Kelly Girl's talking about as far as getting a bite every time you throw your line in the water. But Kelly Girl, remember the first time I took you fishing and we went up to the Red Buoy and you were kind of blown away? There was 100 boats fishing around there and nobody was catching.
No. You pretty much know what's going on. So if Dave has whatever Dave's game plan is, follow it because I so many times I've read or I've heard guys tell you that they followed your plan exactly and they were successful. And I know you know what you're doing, but it's pretty cool, because
To see all the other people have success?
yeah, if they
That's pretty
follow
wild,
your
huh?
simple, it's not hard. It's just follow your plan and you're gonna,
Ego usually gets in the way.
well,
And other boats. People want to fish for boats so bad. Gang, we're going to have Kelly Girl for a few more minutes. So if you have a question and you want to talk to Kelly Girl, text the show at 949-374-0786. Also, if you want to win that free t-shirt and hat that we're going to give away on Luke's show tomorrow, make sure you download the app. Kelly Girl's going to pick one lucky downloader. They're going to win our shirt and a hat tomorrow. If you were at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, you saw how much stuff we gave away. We're not afraid of giving away our stuff. We're not afraid of giving away stuff. We give away so much stuff all the time. Because you know why? Because we're very blessed. We have quite a few sponsors, quite a few people that support us and sponsor us and give us so much product that we're able to make sure that we give you guys a lot of cool stuff. We gave away so much stuff
we gave
at the show.
away a lot
Holy
of stuff.
moly, guacamole. And I want to thank you all for visiting us.
That was so fun.
Kelly, the trip went by super duper fast, didn't it?
It went by so fast that when the first day back in Mexico, I found myself thinking, man, I wish we could go back to the first day we got to California and start all over again because it was a lot of fun meeting everybody and talking with everyone and putting a face with a name. And I had a blast. And I can't wait to do it again. Right?
Yeah, thank you very much. That was pretty spectacular. And I got another text message from Jeff. He doesn't have a question. He just wants to thank you, Kelly, for everything you do to support Dave and the show and everything around us. And how you're always so kind when you answer everyone's questions when they ask on text messages and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Thank you, gang, for letting Kelly know how much you appreciate her. She told you, this is not her forte. She doesn't like to sit in front of the camera and talk. So I want to thank the 7 or 8 of you that sent in your questions. I wish you all a great day, a very happy day. Turn off the news. Also, we were just reading an article that Kelly's mother sent us about the 2 people that were killed in Mexico yesterday or the day before. 2 people. They're running that thing up the flagpole. And if it was one of your relatives or children or something, I'm super sorry for you. I'm sorry. But you know what, gang? It's not dangerous down here. It's not. I know.
Well, it didn't even happen in Cabo. I mean,
well, no.
And it doesn't, it's still a tragic thing that happened and very sad. But it's no reason. I mean, it's very safe here. So it sounds like they're trying to deter people from coming here. And
there's a million people here. It's spring break. It's so packed here right now.
I think
we don't really need anybody else down here.
No,
so don't come. Don't come. It's scary, super scary. I mean, I think there's 7 million children walking around the beach right now. Mm-hmm. It's so scary. But
oh, it's not scary. But
it's not even scary a tiny bit here. It's not terrifying at all. It's super safe. Super duper safe. They still have law down here and they actually prosecute people. It's mind-boggling. I know. Goes against everything you stand for up there in the beautiful United States.
I have a 20-year, so my 20-year-old or our 20-year-old, if he were here for spring break, I would feel safer with him here than
walking around the streets
around
of
the United
Santa
States. Yes.
Wow. Or Chicago.
Absolutely. Or
You gonna send him to Chicago for spring break? Yeah, no? Okay, here we got a question. This is going to be fun. This is coming from Rob, Maine man. He is asking Kelly, does the size and type of the boat matter to you when you go fishing with Dave?
Well, the size and type, no, but I'll tell you what matters for sure. That's always the bigger the better is your bait tank. If you got a big bait tank, then it doesn't matter what your boat looks like as long as you got a good, big, working bait tank. A legit bait tank, not a live well. There's a difference. Then I'm on the boat. I'm going to be there. No question, right?
Right, baby. And you know, because first of all, Rob,
we fish off a Fruit Loop if we had a big enough bait tank to
yeah,
get on the river.
absolutely.
That's all that matters. Really, it's all that matters. And you have a potty.
Because we can read weather. So I know not to take Kelly out if it's blowing. If it's blowing, we're not going. No. So we already know that I can read the weather. I can go to windy.com and I can tell what the weather is going to be. So I'm not taking her if it's blowing because it's not going to be fun.
No.
First of all, I don't like it when it's blowing. And my wife surely doesn't like it when it's blowing. But the second thing is when I'm driving to the marina, and we've done this more than one time.
So many times.
We're driving down the marina and we can see that it's blowing. Even though it wasn't on the weather, we still are able to look at the water and see that the wind is blowing. We can see a flag and we can see the wind's blowing. And we will just go to the harbor and go have lunch.
Yep.
And just say, you know what? It's not the day. Gang, you don't want to, and like I say so many times on my game plans, you don't want to force the issue. We live in, well, we don't, but you guys live in Southern California or Florida or wherever you live. We live down here in Mexico. The weather apps work phenomenal. We can read weather very, very well, but also weather apps are wrong.
Yeah.
And you can see the wind blowing. You can see the flags sticking out like they're starch. You can see the white caps on the water. Gang, there's no reason to take your significant other. There's no reason for you to go.
Your significant other isn't going to want to go. So just, do something different. Have fun. Go to lunch. Go shopping. Your significant other's always like that. So,
but it's not going to be fun. And once it's not fun, you might get a second opportunity.
Maybe.
If you take your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever out, that second time you blow it, you're done. You're not going anymore, boy. And if I would go out there and it's blowing, well, now she knows how to read weather too. She knows when it's blowing. She can see it when we drive over the hill in Dana Point. We're not going. She can look out here in Cabo from her house and see the ocean and go, we're not going fishing today. There's just no way. It's not worth it. It's a suck day.
Yeah. And if you don't have, I know there's, a lot of private boaters, you have a smaller boat, but if you're on a bigger boat and you don't have a seakeeper or a stabilizer, forget it. And for me, I'm so spoiled. It's hard to go when I'm not in an enclosed wheelhouse.
Right.
Yeah. But
she's been very
we don't
blessed.
have that on our skip. So.
But we don't have that on our Wellcraft either. But we got John Rowe here. And John, it was a pleasure meeting your wife and yourself. And Kelly, girl, love meeting you. And thank you so much for all the love you always show us. But Craigie, he wants you to know that he loves your caramels and he's going to be ordering them. I'm reading that right now.
Yay.
The salted caramel. And that's
the best.
Kelly and I's favorite.
We've been eating so much of it.
The salted caramels are insane. We're eating way too many. I'm going to have to go buy another pair of shorts because I eat too many caramels, to be perfectly honest with you. But he wants to know, Kelly, what is your favorite fish to eat? And John probably missed that a few minutes ago. So go back into it and let him know.
My favorite fish to eat would be calico bass, hands down, for sure. I love making, or Dave actually makes them. I love catching and then making fish tacos out of the calico bass. That's it. So good. We have not had them since we've been here.
No, it's sad. There's no calico bass down here in the water.
That's my favorite fish catch and eat. Yes.
So she's had to have shrimp tacos.
Yeah, I've had about every other kind of fish here, but I miss
Cabrilla
this.
tacos, but still nothing matches the calico bass. And then Craigie wanted to make sure everyone knew when you order your caramels, when you go to the website and you order your caramels, gang, you want to make sure you put in the code YSWG. And Craigie's saying you're going to save 10% on your order. And that's pretty spectacular. So put in YSWG when you're ordering your caramels. And
they really are delicious. And I'm not just saying, oh my God.
It's
We have some by the bed. I put some by Dave's side of the bed. So we can just pop one in our mouth and they are so good. I'm so kind of upset because they're so good because I eat them all day long. I'll just pop one in my mouth.
Yeah, so thanks for sending that giant bag of them home with us, Craigie. Thanks. Yes, we're eating the heck out of these things.
They're really good.
But gang, once again, don't forget, download that app. It's important. We're getting a few more questions. Here's another one from Mike Lewis. Kelly, when you're out on the boat fishing, what kind of food do you bring on the boat so that you have a nice, enjoyable day and you're getting to eat?
We always have just chips, sandwich. I'm not crazy about the whole. You do fried chicken sometimes. You'll go to the grocery store. I'm not a fried chicken eater. I don't like eating, chicken on the bone. But sandwiches, chips. Definitely, you gotta have chips.
And caramels.
Absolutely.
But she likes to make a couple of sandwiches, cut them up. Have them all cut up. Have her chips. She loves her chips.
I have to have chips. I love the what are they called? Oh my gosh, the kettle chips. Those are my favorite. But I like to have something salty. When I'm on the boat.
Be nice.
What do you mean?
Salty, like Captain Dave.
No. I mean, I like to. They're good for if you kind of are feeling a little. I don't really get seasick. I got seasick once on the freelance, and that was hard to recover from. It seemed like every time I would step on a boat or just look at a boat, I got seasick.
And that was in 2007 on the 4th of July. If you ever fished with me on a sport boat, and I ran sport boats for a very long time, I would invite all the people on the boat in the wheelhouse.
Yes.
I wanted everybody up there. I wanted you to bring your children
when you're
up
on
there.
on a big boat or
whatever. I want you all to come up and see what's going on in the wheelhouse. I want everybody to partake in the whole thing and see what's happening. So I invited everybody in the wheelhouse that night on the 4th of July to come up in the wheelhouse of the freelance.
It was super rough.
It was extremely rough.
And here
we
are.
90 people on the boat. 90
and
of
about
our
half
closest
of them were
friends.
in the wheelhouse wanting to talk to Dave. And I was like, I'm gonna barf any second now.
And I had to shut down. I had to kick everyone out of the wheelhouse and lock the door. For the first time in my career, I had never kicked anyone out of the wheelhouse. I kicked them all out.
Kicked everybody out, handed me the little waste
trash
basket
can
that was inside the wheelhouse. And I got sick. And then after that, I really had a hard time going fishing.
Being on a boat.
Like I said, I would just step on the dock and I started feeling queasy. But back to what I was saying, chips, some salty chips, they're always good to have because if I start to feel even a little queasy, I just eat chips. Or at least that's what I say. They're good for. I mean, that's just my excuse to eat chips, though, because I love them.
All right, babe. We got Rob, the main man's asking another question, and I know the answer, and you know the answer, and everybody that follows us. But we're going to do it anyway. Kelly, what is your very most favorite fish to catch? And Dave, what is your very most favorite fish to catch?
My favorite fish to catch is calico bass.
Bar none. There's nothing like it on the planet Earth. There's nothing like it.
I'm not into trolling. That's just me. I'm not into trolling. And I want to just go out where it's action, nonstop action. Every cast is a bite. And I love to try to get him out of the away from the rocks, out of the kelp. To me, that's so fun and exciting. So yeah, calico bass for me, for sure.
All right, here's what we got. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can fish for whatever kind of fish is out there. I'm proficient at fishing for it. I'm pretty good at it. And I've been able to make a living doing it for 48 years. I can catch marlin, dorado, wahoo, tuna, all that
Rooster
stuff, fly
fish.
the kite, rooster fish, everything. But there's nothing better than being anchored up on a boiler rock in South Laguna, or anchored up at Seal Rocks in San Clemente, or anchored up at the kelp at San Onofre and fly lining baits into the edge of the kelp and catching calico bass. That is bar none my very most favorite thing to do. If you listen to Frank Lopresti, who can fish for anything on the planet, anywhere, he owns the Fisherman's Landing and the Royal Polaris and the Shogun, and he owns a piece of a lot of the sport boats. He'll tell you his favorite fish to fish for is calicos. My father, right at the end of his life, he told me one day, he goes, hey, I want to go catch one more calico bass. And he knew. He was at that part in his life where he knew. And so we put together a day, and we went out and we went calico bass fishing. And at that time, he spent his whole life on a boat. At that time in his life, he couldn't stand up. It was just too much to stand at the rail with the boat rocking. So I held him up. He pinned on his own bait. He casted it out. He caught a calico bass. That was the very last fish he caught. And that's it. It's calico bass. It's calico bass, calico bass, calico bass, or nothing. If it was our day to go fishing, and you said, hey, Dave, we're going to go out of Dana Point. Can you go out bluefin fishing with us for fun? I'd be like, that's not fun to me. No, that's not fun. If you want to pay me a phenomenal amount of money, I'll go bluefin fishing with you.
The thing with calico bass is it's like a sure bet. Like you're going to be successful, right? I mean, it's it's like, you want to go catch fish? Okay, let's go catch calico bass. It's not hard. It's pretty fun. It's a fun
You're always in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You usually are anchored up, unless you're Jimmy Decker and you're fishing plastics. We anchor. We're bait fishermen, so we're anchoring up in a beautiful place, and we're casting our baits out, and we're catching fish. I personally was absent the day where they said that you're supposed to go out fishing and get beat up by the fish, and your back's supposed to be all sore the next day, and your arms hurt, and you can't barely walk because you caught a big giant fish. That's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm not into it. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun.
But you do it. I mean,
no. I'll do it if you pay me.
Yeah.
And I'll do it as good as anybody on the planet. But that's not fun to me. I know it's fun to you, but here's something I want to talk about, babe, that people don't understand, that don't enjoy calico bass fishing. You know why you don't enjoy it? You don't know how to cast, and you don't know how to fish. And so calico bass fishing is very technical.
Oh, I think, yeah.
It's very technical. You have to be able to cast your bait out towards the edge of the kelp or to the rock, and then when you hook your fish, you have to be able to get it through all the structure and get it up to the boat.
That's the fun part.
Right, but it's technical. Most people, I hear this all the time. I only like to catch tuna. That's because they require zero talent. They're very easy to catch. You throw your bait in the water, you eat it, you wind them in, you gaff them, and you throw them on the boat. Very, very simple fish to catch. Dorado last year, the Dorado made a lot of people really good fishermen. There was so many phenomenal fishermen last year when all those Dorado were here. That was great. Don't get me wrong. It helped the industry out tremendously. But if I had a choice between going Dorado fishing and going calico, I'm not going out there. I'm going to stay on the beach and catch calicos. And one of our guys, Jeff, is asking, have Kelly and I ever gone largemouth bass fishing? And I'd have to say no. Kelly girl hasn't gone largemouth. I have many times.
Well, I did in a golf course, didn't I, one time? I mean, isn't that where they live in the golf course, Lake Keys? Long time ago.
Yeah, that wasn't with me.
No. Well, I know it was with my dad.
Okay. Yeah. But
I didn't catch anything.
But gang, we're gonna wrap things up here. Once again, don't miss our show tomorrow with Luke. Luke McFadden is an unbelievable young man. He has an old soul. When he talks like he's been in the industry forever. He has a phenomenal fishery back east, fishing crabs and oysters and everything. You're going to learn a lot from Luke.
I'm so excited for tomorrow's show.
Luke is a wonderful young man. If you haven't looked at Luke McFadden on social media, he's super viral on TikTok. He's has a huge presence on Facebook, huge presence on Instagram. Check out Luke McFadden. Check out our show tomorrow. We go live at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Luke's time. You don't want to miss it. I guarantee you, once you listen to this young man talk, you are going to watch his videos because his videos are so cool. He caught Kelly and I's attention. And I just reached out to him and asked him if he would come on the podcast. And he was super excited to come on. And then he's like, gosh, Dave, I didn't even know who you were. I talked to all these people and tell them to be on your podcast. And so many people know who you are. It's just because I'm here every day. And people are bored and they have nothing else to watch. It's not because my stuff's cool like Luke's. Luke's stuff is cool.
Luke's stuff is so cool. And he has the coolest accent. If you're not, he's just, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
You'll see tomorrow. Don't miss the show tomorrow. We're going to get going here. We're going to give you a couple minutes. If you have a dying, burning desire to talk to Kelly Girl, gang, it's going to be a long time before she does this again.
Dave sprung this on me yesterday.
If you have a burning desire to ask Kelly Girl a question, I'd say get it in now because it's going to be a while before she jumps in here and does this again with us. This is not her forte.
No.
She doesn't feel as comfortable in front of people as I do. But we'll wait a couple minutes. Right. If you got something.
Nobody has any more questions. We can just wrap this up.
How are they going to win a shirt?
How are they going to wear a shirt?
Tomorrow. The shirt and the hat. What do they got to do?
What do they got to do? Watch the show.
No, download the app. Oh, come on, babe. Hello.
Download the app.
All right. Natural blonde. Natural blonde. Gang, I want to thank you all. We're going to give away this shirt right now to one lucky person. We're going to give it away. I just can't believe all the people that actually ask questions of Kelly, and I want to thank you all.
No,
I really thank you all very, very much. And Jerry Foster, send us your address. Text it to us and your shirt size, and Kelly Girl will get that shirt sent out to you this afternoon. Thank you all for being involved in the show.
Thank you guys so much. I can't believe
for always
nobody
watching.
Asked me what it was like to be married to you, because that I could have gone on and on.
Well, go ahead. You got a couple minutes.
No, that's okay.
How
Nobody asked.
It is.
Nobody asked. Nobody wants to know.
All right.
So that's okay.
Thank you all.
It's a blast. It is. He takes great care of me. He really wants everyone to succeed. I know sometimes he's misunderstood. Dave is a great guy, and I'm not just saying that. He really wants everyone to have a great time fishing, and he is always here and available to help. Trust me. There are times when I'm like, hey, can we just not do can you not be on your phone or not answer any phone calls today? And he never does that. He's always here for you guys. So, he's a good guy. He really is. He really is. He has the biggest heart, and he's so generous, and I love him.
All right, gang. Thank you very much. Before I start crying, we're going to jump off of here. Thank you all. Thank you. Don't forget, on the show, leave some stars. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Megaphone. We are just shocked at how much love we're getting over there. All of you that listen to the podcast every day, thank you very, very much. And download the app, download the app, download the app. Please download the app, download the app. We'll give away a shirt and a hat tomorrow to one lucky downloader.